Then it got to the point where I was like, what am I doing, man? I'm done.
Look, this whole situation could absolutely destroy influencer boxing as we know it. But when it comes to KSI specifically, I'm telling you right now, his boxing days are over. The guy's head just isn't in the game anymore. And there's no master plan or publicity angle here. Let me break down exactly why this might be the beginning of the end for influencer boxing entirely.
Nightmare. To sell a fight, you have to do stuff to get people to want to watch. That's the fight game. And I didn't enjoy it. Didn't like it. I mean, I didn't even gain much from the material stuff. My fight with Tommy Fury, all the money I made, I gave it to my trainers.
Here's what people don't understand about KSI. The dude you see in podcasts and regular content is completely different from his fight persona. In real life, he's down to earth, generous, and genuinely decent. But this whole villain character he was trying to play became straight up embarrassing. Remember all that cringe stuff during the Wayne build-up where he was saying things that clearly weren't him just to create drama and sell tickets?
No, I don't do stuff for this. I've been offered 20 million to fight Jake Paul, 30 million to fight Jake Paul. These guys can't give me any amount of money to fight this guy.
Boxing was never about the paycheck for KSI. The man's already loaded from his businesses and other ventures, so fighting was purely because he loved it. That's exactly why he was giving money to his trainers without caring about profits. You have to genuinely want to be in there to make it work. But before we dive into KSI basically saying he's done with boxing forever, his whole team was getting attacked, with people claiming his trainers weren't pushing him hard enough or earning their keep during the rough patch of his career.
I'm trying to wait for them to cook. Because I'm seeing all these interviews, I'm listening, but I'm not seeing the dish.
He's on another level. He's on another level.
Where's the dish?
The way
because
he's on another level now.
Listen, okay, JJ said before the Fury fight, I've hit my final form, I finally get their system. And he came out and done star jumps. When we left him, he was Beerus.
He was.
Now he's Machamp. What's his name? That Machamp or something. On the real.
Everyone got confused about what was supposed to happen with the KSI and Andrew Tate partnership. KSI still runs Misfits to this day, which people forget. You can own a company while having a CEO handle operations, and that was going to be Tate's position. He was meant to be the face who promoted cards, stood with fighters, and kept competing while running the platform. But obviously, that crashed and burned after his terrible debut performance. Maybe he can fix it if these rematch rumors are real, but who else can carry this brand right now? If the Tate thing doesn't work, maybe KSI jumps back into promotional duties, but he needs help with the workload because he's been doing way too much to build this brand.
Paul, time and time and time again, excuse after excuse after excuse. Instead of Tommy Fury, I was there ready to fight Jake Paul. I was ready. I was there. Let's go. And instead, he fought Nate Diaz. I think I tried to build up again to then try and fight Jake again. And then he was just getting heavier and heavier and heavier, trying to move the goalposts when it comes to weight. Then it got to the point where I was like, what am I doing?
Anyone hoping this would finally be the year we got Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury or KSI versus Jake Paul can forget about it. That fight is dead in the water because there's just too much ego and bad blood.
KSI, you want 185, I want 200. I didn't want to budge, you didn't want to budge. Mr. Beast said, why don't we just meet in the middle? Good point, Mr. Beast. I'm down, 192.5. And that's my final.
What do you think his excuse will be now?
Who knows? Yeah, he's probably just going to say, no, I'm not going to 185. I'm focused on my music.
The exhaustion around this whole thing is real. I've lost count of how many videos I've made about potential KSI Jake Paul buildups over the years, and nothing ever materializes. KSI shouldn't step foot in a boxing ring feeling the way he does right now. Jake Paul, whatever you think about him, is completely obsessed with boxing, and the mental gap between them right now is massive. Even though KSI said in this interview that he won't duck big challenges, and that fighting Jake Paul would prove that point, his whole mindset has shifted, and for the first time, he's admitting he has too much other stuff going on.
Like, Jake Paul, I'm not going to just run away from certain fights, or I'm not going to just avoid certain people, etc. Like, I'm always down to fight, especially if it's fair. And yeah, I just want to enjoy myself. I've told the world I'm not here to be a world champion. I'm just not. I've got so many other things going on. You know, you can see.
Nobody gives KSI enough respect for what he accomplished, and I have to point this out. During his entire short boxing run, he was juggling YouTube, sidemen, and multiple business projects while fighting people who were completely focused on taking his head off in the ring. That's incredibly difficult, and there's serious risk when your attention is split. Then he lost to Tommy Fury, and reality hit him that you can get embarrassed in boxing.